Okay, most of us have certain things that we are annoyed by or angered by on a pretty regular basis. For some of us, it may be how another person chomps their gum or chews with their mouth open. You might get angry at the driver who cuts you off in traffic or rides your bumper instead of just passing. One family member may become annoyed by the other family member that uses the last of the toilet paper and doesn't replace the roll. All of these things are enough to annoy you or make you a little angry, but not bad enough to send you over the edge. And they're called pet peeves. I have many of them. People who try to drive and talk on their cell phones or text and just can't seem to master it really annoy me. I'm also annoyed by people that work with the public and have a bad attitude. But since I've been going to school, one pet peeve in particular that I've developed is dealing with disruptive students. I realize that going to college means interacting with a very diverse group of people, but it also means knowing how to act in class. In my experience, some of the younger students haven't quite mastered this concept yet. I first noticed this when I was taking my first on-ground class, which was history. It was an evening class that ran from 6:30 to 9:30, and for the most part, everyone was nice and respectful. But one night on St. Patrick's Day, we had a young guy in the class that came to class drunk. It was pretty obvious by the way he was acting that he was drunk, and the instructor for that class was a nice person, but you didn't want to push his buttons. You learned pretty quick not to argue with him. He noticed pretty quick that this kid had been drinking, and he wasn't very happy about it, but he let it go. And as the night went on, the student became more annoying, and I think most of the class was fed up with him. So the instructor finally had had enough, and he confronted the guy. So needless to say, the kid stayed quiet for the rest of the night. Another good example of disruptive students is when they can't seem to stop talking. One semester I had a class where I had two students who sat across from me and would just talk the entire time. And this was a class where I had to concentrate on the lecture or I was lost. So I finally got fed up enough that I said something to the instructor, and she said she'd talk to him about it before the next class, and she did, but she may as well have been talking to the wall because it didn't help. She finally got so fed up that one day she yelled at them and told them if they wanted to talk, they could just leave. And that finally did it. A few weeks later, one of them dropped, so I didn't have to worry about it anymore. These are just two examples of things that I've seen students do to be disruptive. There are many more to add, but not enough time to talk about them. So the reason this bothers me is that it's disrespectful to other students and to the instructor, because other students can't concentrate on what needs to be done and the instructors can't teach the way they need to. My solution to this problem is simple. Come to class ready to learn. Don't hit the bar first. Turn your cell phone off. Don't talk while someone else is trying to talk, and try to act like a grown-up.